Hello everybody, it's Carmelina again. How are you this morning? I hope that you're having a great and fantastic day. Before we start this video, please subscribe to this channel, and if you like it, thumbs up, and if you don't like it, thumbs down, so at least I can understand where I'm going wrong. And put your comments under this video, and if you want any answer to your questions, I'll be there and I'll answer to every question you want. Well, today I want to start to talk about something that really hurts you, and if you're going through this, I am so sad for you, and I'm so sorry for you, and I know exactly what you're going through and how you're feeling, because I was there just a year ago, so I know that emotion that you have inside. And that's when you discover that your ex-narcissist has a new person in his life, right? And so all of a sudden, this person that told you that he loved you, that he would always be there for you, and that you did projects with him and everything, all of a sudden just throws you away like yesterday's trash and just goes in the sunset with this new person. And he seems so happy. It seems that this person just changed him, and you're there picking up your pieces, asking yourself, where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? Maybe I didn't deserve his love. Maybe she is really his soulmate. And so you start doing all the weird things, going on his profile on social medias and trying to figure out what she has that you don't have. Well, my advice is stop that. Immediately stop it. Stop going on their social media. Stop going in front of her house or his house, or just trying to ask people how their relationship is going, because if it's at the beginning, you're gonna find answers that you really don't want to hear, because it's gonna be so hard, and everything you're gonna see is this couple that is so in love, that this couple is he's doing everything for her. And so just sit down, take a deep breath, and just stop trying to stop those emotions that are going up and down. So let's start, right? So when I found out about this new person, and believe me, she wasn't so new. She came up in the exact moment that he started to develop me. That's when she popped up in our beautiful picture, right? And when I found out about this person, I was going crazy. Those were the questions in my head. She's better than me. She's younger than me. She has something that I can't have. She's better than me for him. And even if all my friends said, Carm, that's not right. You're not looking at that with, you're looking at that, that thing, that relationship with your emotions. You have to be realistic. He did that to you. Do you remember what he did what he did exactly to you? He's gonna do the same thing with her. And I was like, no, it's not true. You know, people can change. And maybe he changed for her. Maybe it was me. I did this, I said that. And maybe if I just, had give him more than what I already gave to him, he would still be with me. Well, maybe, everything is possible in life. And the possibility that that person changed for this new person is equal to 0.01%. And you're going to say, well, it can happen. He can be in that 0.01%, right? So the possibilities that he changed for this person is the same exact possibilities that next Thanksgiving Day, Donald Trump is going to be on a beach in Mexico, slicing turkey, drinking a margarita with Mexican kids, and trying to find out how he has to throw down that wall that he made. Well, that's possible, right? 2 seconds ago, we said everything is possible. That's possible too. But can you ever see that scenario? Can you imagine something like that? And that's the same thing with this person. And I'll tell you why. I'll give you an example of what happened to me. So I'm in that stage where you are now, and I'm going crazy. I really thought that I was going crazy, that he was right. Because the last thing he told me before he just threw me away was, you're insane. You're crazy. And I thought that he was right. He was right. So I tried to exactly find out what she had that I didn't have. But when I calmed down, when I tried to put my rational thoughts in that, I saw exactly what he did to me, right? At the beginning. Do you remember the beginning of your relationship? Well, I remember the beginning of my relationship, and that was that I was his soulmate, and he was always there for me, and he would do anything for me. And I remember once I told him, well, don't ever hurt me. I went through hell with my previous relationship, and he told me, well, we're not all the same. I can never do you harm. He said the truth. He wasn't the same. He was worse. And so, does a true person in love, so let's just make believe for a minute that my ex-narcissist is truly in love with this person, right? He changed for her, and he's the kindest person in the world. So let's make believe it's true. He was cheating on me with her, right? So he didn't find this person and just split up with me and started a new relationship with this person. No. During that devaluation stage that went on for like a year, he was cheating on me with her. And then after, when I found out that he was cheating with me and on me, sorry, and I went back after trying to get him back with all my weapons and everything I had in my power to get him back. So he did come back, and he was cheating on her with me. So from the primary resource, I became the secondary source. And so he was doing this triangulation, and he loved that. He just loved that. He had two women that were just worshiping him like he was a god, and that's what he wanted. So does a real person that really, truly, manly loves another person do that? No. And so, do you know when I finally got dumped by this person? Well, I knew there was somebody new in his life, but I didn't know who exactly she was, so he didn't care. He would say he loved me while he was saying the same thing to this other person. And he would go out with me, and the next day go out with her, and he would say, I'll help you, I'll always be there with me. The same thing that he was doing with her, right? Does a true love person do that? No. So, do you know when I got dumped? I got dumped when I knew exactly who she was. I knew her first name, her last name. I knew her because I told you we live in a little town, and she lives in a town not far from us. So I knew her. And only when I found out who she was, he was afraid of being exposed that I could say everything. And that's when he said, that's enough. He blocked me all over the place. And by the time that I found out who she was, it took him 5 minutes, not 5 days, not 5 hours, but only 5 minutes to tell her exactly that I was crazy, that if I called her up, she didn't have to listen to me because I was bothering him and all this stuff. And how do I know that? Well, the day after that I told him I knew who she was and everything, the day after this person, his new source, started sending me photos of them two at the beach on vacation and them two in bed, and saying, you know, she wrote to me, oh, he told me that you were crazy, it was right. And I was like, oh my God. And he did the same thing with his family. He was so afraid of being exposed for me that he just, you know, told them before I could ever do anything that I was crazy. And so I couldn't do anything. If I ever went to her or to his family, they would say, yeah, but he told, he's right, she's crazy, she's doing this and that. Well, if you think that that person is going to change for this new person, you're so wrong. That's the 99.9% of what he is. He now has a new audience. He has people that are applauding him. He has people that don't know exactly who he is. But how long do you think that's going to go on, right? It's not going to go on so far. He's going to get bored of that new toy. She is a new toy for him. And I'm not saying this only to make you feel better. It's the truth. It is the truth. He tried to hoover me last year, and it was already a year and a half that he was with this person. And he passed by my workplace in one day 17 times. I have this window in front of me, and I saw his car going back and forth 17 times. It was incredible. I couldn't believe that. And I was like, you know, he's with her. He said that he was truly in love with this person. Why is he doing that? Well, I don't know if you have kids or not. I do. And I remember when they were small, when it was like towards November, they started asking for their Christmas gifts, and we had to write the letter to Santa Claus and everything. And I remember one year in particular, they wanted a toy that I couldn't find. And I don't know how many miles I did to find those two toys. And I was so happy and proud of myself that I was a great mom, and I found these toys, and I just wanted, I imagined their face and the joy that they would have felt when they finally got this toy. And so it was Christmas morning. They got up, and I remember they ran to the Christmas tree, took the toy, unwrapped it and everything. They were so happy, and I was so proud of myself, and they were playing with these toys. Well, do you know how long that lasted? Half an hour. After half an hour, my kids, but they were only 5 years old, took that toy, just put it on the couch, and took another toy that they had on the shelf and started playing with that toy. And I was like, oh my God, that's the same thing. Okay, they are 5-year-old kids that are only playing with their new toy. And she's gonna go through everything that you went through, and you know that. And if you think it was only you, just look at their past relationships. And I'm not only talking about romantic relationships, I'm talking about their friends too. I remember every time that, he changed friends, and I was like, what happened to Sandra or Peter, whoever? Well, I did this and I did that, and they were so proud of what they did for their friends, and they just didn't appreciate. Do you know what they did? It was never their fault. Did you ever hear I'm sorry from those people? I never heard I'm sorry from those people. Every type of relationship with their friends, with their ex girlfriends, or even with their employees. Oh my God, he didn't pay an employee, and when this employee wanted his money back, he took money from his salary, saying, "Oh yeah, but do you remember a month ago I paid your breakfast," or something like that? And I found out all this stuff after. So it's not you. It's absolutely not you. You couldn't have done anything more. He just got bored. He got bored of you. And I'm so sorry to say this, and I know how much that hurts, because, talking this way, it's like we're objects. Well, that's what you are. That's what you were. That's what I was. And that's what this person is. When that fantastic, exciting emotion starts, relationships are this. You start with this excitement, a new person and everything, and then it just gets stable. It just settles down, and you just, live every single day of your life. And that means with problems and with happiness and everything. They don't want all this. They just want somebody to applaud them. They just want somebody to say, oh, look how great that person is. Oh, look, he's fantastic. He paid for her vacation, and he's growing up her kids and everything. But when that excitement is over, when he finds out that he's with a normal person like we all are, his mask comes down. He's a perfect actor. That's what he wants. He wants an audience to see how great he is, all this magnific things that he's doing for her and everything. But that mask comes off. His real behavior has to come out. It's natural that something has to go out, right? You can fake to be another person, right? But how long can that go on? How long can you be a different person rather than your true person, whoever that is? It can go on for just a certain time, a period of time. But then it's automatic that your natural you comes out. And do you know what's gonna happen to that person? Well, that person is gonna go exactly through what you went through. So all of a sudden, he's gonna find a new toy that he seems that it's shining and new, and seems that it's better than this new person. And she's gonna go through that devaluation stage, and then she's gonna be discarded just like you are. And I hope that you find that energy in you to just sit down only a moment and just think, well, or he's in that 0.01% of the people, or he's in that 99.9% of that people. Does that change the way he treated you? Does that change the lies that he told you? Does that change the cheating? Does that change that, in my case, the money that he stole from me, right? So let's make believe that this person is really a kind person now. Would he ever say that I was insane when I asked him back my money? If he's a kind person, he has to be a kind person with everybody, not just with this person. So he's fake, believe me. And you lost enough time. You lost your precious time. Nobody can give you that time back. So you already lost all this time in that relationship where you didn't feel, you felt worthless. You thought that this person was right, that you didn't deceive his love, and you were putting all your energy and focus on this relationship. And you were exhausted. At least I was. I was exhausted. I didn't know what to do anymore. Well, didn't you lose enough time? Don't lose another second. That's your precious time that nobody can give you back. So rather than asking you these questions and trying to find out what he's doing or if he's happy with this person, try to use your time to heal yourself. This is the time that you have to heal what's inside, to forgive yourself. It's not your fault, but you only gave him the opportunity to abuse of yourself. And use this time to be among your friends, among your kids if you have them, with your family and everything. And you'll find out that you're not the worthless person. There are so many people out there that really love you, that don't ask anything, that don't want anything from you, and they're with you only because they have the pleasure to be with you, and you fill their day. I found out that I fill people's day only with my smile, and you can never be enough for that person. And do you know why? Because they take and take and take, and when they don't have anything else, when you don't have anything else to give to them, they don't have anything to give to you, because the empty person is them. And you're the full person. You had all that stuff to give to him. He doesn't have love to give, and he's not giving love to this person either. And you know that. You know that. Look at their past. Don't look only on your relationship. Don't focus on what you didn't do for him or what he did to you. Look at the past. Look at his patterns. And that's going to be the same thing, because they're empty inside. They're not giving anything to this new person. They're only taking whatever this new person has to offer him. And when this new person doesn't have anything else to get out of that bag, of that trick bag, he's going to find somebody else that has new things to give to him. So please, please don't waste a single minute thinking about this person anymore. He doesn't deserve your time. He doesn't deserve your love. So wipe off those tears and figure out that it wasn't ever you, it was always him. Well, with this, I hope that I gave you a help, and I told you in the beginning, I'm not saying this only to make you feel better, it's the truth. But don't wait to see that. Don't wait to see him destroying this other relationship. You have better things to do, and your time